Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be discussing a stock that can potentially double or triple from its current price point where it's at now. We're going to talk a little bit about the company. We're going to talk about who backs the company, as well as where I see this stock going in accordance to the charts. Also, I'm going to give you a couple of ideas of how to make some money from this particular stock. So before we get too far into it, just to remind you, I'm not a financial advisor, guys. This is for entertainment purposes only. Make sure that you do your own research. So other than that, guys, let's dive right on into it. All right, guys, so the company that I'm talking about is Genius Brands International, ticker symbol GNUS. It is a leading global media company developing, producing, marketing, and licensing branded children's entertainment properties and consumer products for worldwide media distribution and retail channels. The company is led by award-winning creators and producers, distributes content worldwide in all formats, licenses a broad range of consumer products based on intellectual property, and the portfolio features content with a purpose, enrichment as well as entertainment for toddlers and tweens. So guys, the main reason I'm making this video today is not just to tell you about the stock, but a little bit about the stock too. There's a lot of the videos I see on YouTube gives you, technical analysis and things like that, but I haven't really found a whole lot of videos explaining what these people do and kind of how they make money and things of that nature. So that's the whole purpose behind this video. So let's dive into the management team, and then we'll get more into exactly what they do and how they can potentially make money. So their chairman and CEO is Andy Hayward. He's a multi-Emmy winning producer of children's entertainment. He's a former chairman and CEO of DIC Entertainment, where he produced more than 5,000 episodes of children entertainment. So some of these you'll probably recognize. I know that I did right away whenever I saw some of the names, such as Inspector Gadget, Alvin and the Chipmunks, G.I. Joe, things like that. So it's some big name, very, very highly recognized cartoons that he was behind producing. He's also an award-winning producer with, like I said, multiple Emmys, Cable Ace, um, as well as being appointed to the Kidscreen Hall of Fame and named an honoree at the prestigious International Cartoons on the Bay. Hayward is on the board of directors for Cedars Sinai Medical Center, a member of the Producers Guild of America, the Academy of Television Arts and Sciences, the International Academy of Television Arts and Sciences, the British Academy of Television and Films Arts, and is a graduate of UCLA, where he gave the commencement address in 2011. So that's a good thing, guys. We've got someone in charge here who has a very strong background in this particular field. So Genius Brands base their business model off of the three pillars of value creation, which is growing a portfolio of brands, global consumer products and distribution, and owned distribution platforms. So as I'll show you in a second, they have a lot of different shows for toddlers and tweens, and those shows basically air on some very, very well-known streaming platforms or channels such as Nick Jr., Netflix, and things like that. And then a lot of their products from those particular well-known, worldwide known brands or selling at like Walmart, Target, Amazon, things of that nature. And they license all of those products out. So basically, whenever those things sell, they're going to get a cut from everything that they sell. And these are some of the portfolio of brands. Llama Llama, which is in its second season on Netflix. You have Stanley Superhero Kindergarten, Rainbow Rangers, which is, I believe, another season on Nick Jr. You have Thomas Edison's Secret Lab, Baby Genius, Warren Buffett's Secret Millionaire Club. These are just some of the ones that are mentioned and that are kind of like well known throughout the brands. One here I want to point out is Stanley's Superhero Kindergarten. It's one of the final properties from the mind of the late Stan Lee, starring a real-life superhero, Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's produced in partnership with Alibaba, launching on Cartoon Channel in the US and Alibaba's Youku Kids in China in 2021. The Global Consumer Products Program expected to launch in 2021, so there's some added revenue to Genius Brands. And Stanley will appear as an animated cameo in each episode, as he did during his life in Marvel feature films, which were based on his character. So speaking of Marvel, Genius Brands did release recently that they are going to uh, talk about their deal with Marvel late late March. So they want to release it and say it now. However, they have to go by the PR schedule of Marvel. Okay. So at the end of March, you should see a PR release basically discussing their partnership and their agreement. And that's a huge catalyst for this particular stock, in my opinion, that's going to shoot it up and make it start moving towards the upside. All right, guys, so before we get into the charts, I want to break down a little bit more of their three pillars of value creation that we talked about earlier. So, a growing portfolio of brands. They have 11 properties in various stages of development, production, or distribution. They have over 450 distinct program episodes delivered or in production, plus additional episodes in various stages of production and pre-production. Their global consumer product and distribution. They have over 65 consumer product licensees globally, over 500 licensed product SKUs, over 20 licensees for animated content, and licensed content available in over 90 countries. And their owned distribution platform, Cartoon Channel, as you see here, is currently in a ton of U.S. households on Comcast, Cox, Dish, Sling, and other platforms such as Amazon Fire, Apple TV, Roku, and other platforms as well. So let's go ahead and dive into the charts, guys, see what they're telling us, and I'll talk about my price target on it and give you another way that you can potentially make money from this particular play other than just buying the stock. Okay, guys, so I'm here on the 180-day 4 hour. As you can see here, we've been traveling around this, 170, 180 level, just kind of going back and forth over and below this SMA line. And we did recently just cross back over the SMA line. I think that we're going to see a slight pullback and hopefully bounce off of that SMA line and hold support here, but you never know. So right now we are a little bit higher than I would like to see if you were going to get into the stock because we're getting sort of close to an overvalued status. So again, if you're going to try to get in, you may want to wait for a pullback, and I think anywhere in the 170 to 180 range, or actually 170 to 190 range, would be a good buy in. So maybe like 185, 188, in my opinion, would be a good um, target price point to get in. Or if you're going to go long in the position, I mean, now is not a good, not a bad spot either. I mean, anything, $2 or below, really, if you think about it, would be a good price point. So, good thing about this stock here, guys, is it is pretty low on the fib level right now, meaning that we have some room to run. Okay, and you also see though on the flip side, you do have some room for downside in case it does have some bad news. So just make sure that you are aware of that. So I don't see it dipping down to $1 again, but you never know. So I just wanted to throw that out there. But if you look here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 levels on the fib level that we can shoot up to. So I'm expecting at the end of March when that news comes out for the PR, or even prior to that, if they know that the news is coming, you could see in anticipation this stock start gaining steam and getting higher and higher and higher. So you want to kind of keep an eye on that. So if it stays around this level, around this $2 level, then I think off of the PR on the Marvel announcement, we should see a spike to the upside. Or on the flip side, if we see in anticipation to the Marvel announcement, we see it go up and up and up, it could act just like we do off of merger news and things like that, where it, rises on hype and it sells on the news. So just kind of keep an eye on that. In my opinion, for me, I'm going to buy here at this around the $2 level or below, and my price target for it is going to be about $4. So I see here my short term overall price target could be about 442. You see that was the high in this time frame. But for me, I want to play it a little bit more safe, and I want to cash out before we go and we test resistance, because if we get rejected again, I'm assuming it's probably going to fall a little bit hard, and I don't want to miss out on that profit. So one thing you could do is you can set a stop loss, and as it breaks through that resistance, you can continue to move your stop loss up with it. And that way, if it does sell off hard, your stop loss will be triggered and you'll cut losses or protect your profit. So another way, guys, that I'm trying to make money on this stock is I'm doing an option. I have a call, a $2 call that's going to expire in a couple of weeks. And if it hits $2 or above, then I'm in the money. I'm going to cash out. So that's another way that you can potentially make money on this particular stock here. That's all I got for you today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said, don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed the content and subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Also, comment below on if you plan on buying this stock or if you have any other good plays that you can recommend to the channel. And if you need anything else covered, please let me know. Other than that, guys, we'll catch you in tomorrow's video.